Yay, so you can hear me. That's great. Awesome. We'll give it some time for some people to come in. I'm doing great, thanks. Lit. Van, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. A little bit tired, but nothing coffee won't solve.
Coffee. So, Peyton has another thing that he's doing right now. So he might join us in about 30 minutes, but until then, it is Van and I, and we've also got Yumeko and Nira in the chat as well.
And just a reminder, we are recording the office hours, so if you do not or do want to speak on stage, free, feel free to raise your hand and you're welcome up on stage whenever you'd like to talk.
We have a lot of like small little things to talk about today, and then like some bigger things also. But if there's anything that you guys want to discuss, just stop us at any point. Say something in the chat or raise your hand to speak on stage. Honey shot espresso. I feel like that's like a heart attack drink.
Just a couple more minutes and we'll get started here.
In the meantime, if anybody has any issues, feel free to put them in the chat and we can talk about those. Any bug reports, any suggestions, feedback, personal news. Yeah, personal issues included. Let's hear them. It all started on the day I was born. Yeah, I feel that. Relatable. Is that how your chats go with your butterflies ever?
Uh, oof. That's honestly a
Fair.
good question.
I've had those
I'd have
therapy
to
chats
look.
before.
I'd have to look, honestly.
And it's always with like the most unexpected character. I don't know. right, it's 5 after, so I guess we can start going through our list. Um, so a lot of what's been getting fixed lately are just like small little things around the site that you might not notice or around the app. Um, so like some of the stuff that they've been doing, it's stuff with the chats. They had the archived conversation showing up in your chat display screen, like all separately from your normal messages. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but when you started a new chat, they weren't stacking anymore. So that was one thing that was adjusted to stack again. Do you guys prefer your chats to stack, or did you like them displayed separately? Personally, I like them stacked. There were some small issues in dark mode that were adjusted as well. So when you were creating a character, if that not safe for work PFP screen came up, that was in light mode still, so you couldn't even read the text, and a lot of people were confused on what was going on with that. So now that's been adjusted. There were some other things in dark mode as well that have been adjusted to work correctly. I don't think there's any more issues with dark mode. If you have any, please let us know. There were some updates with sharing in the embeds, so you may have noticed that those have changed. They look really cool now, I think. I think it's a big improvement.
And they are aware that the old profile embed is still there. They will be updating that one as well in the future. But I do like the layout of them as well, like being able to see the full post, being able to like actually read it is a lot better instead of just being a giant image.
Yeah, you've got the text there now, which is great. You might have noticed that the title text has changed on web as well, so it says the first AI social network. Do you like the new title text?
Being honest, I didn't notice it.
No worries. I think Ethereal pointed it out to me. It should be better. Okay. Open to hearing ideas for that, of course. Feels very not butterflies. Yeah, I could see that. And do you feel like it's like too much emphasis on social network? Where out thou humans? Okay. Yeah, the humans are a little bit hidden at the moment, aren't they? Me too, yeah. May your dreams come to life. That's really cute. And you bring them to life.
I mean, if we get enough creators, you may not have to. Somebody might do it for you.
Ooh, that's true. I like that perspective. I know some of you have seen me playing around with multi-character images, but pretty soon that's going to be like a thing on butterflies, hopefully. So they've been tinkering about with that idea. I think it is. Um, I can show you guys some preview images that were shared. So these are two cloned characters. That's Vu with MFG. They just won a tennis tournament. Well, those are clones, but it could be done with butterflies as well, I believe. Oh, thank you. I'm a little froggy right now, so my voice is a little deeper than it normally is.
But yeah, it can be done with normal butterflies. The butterflies have to be of the same style, though. So, like, you can't mix a semi-realistic and a drawing style butterfly together, unfortunately. I don't know what happens if you try, but that's what we that's what we were told.
There's one with Larry David. All of my examples are with Micah because I know that he's the one that's been testing it out a lot.
There's one with Micah
Yeah,
and Payton. Well, Jedi Payton.
Jedi Payton. This one came out a little bit mangled, so it's not perfect. You can see that Rocket Man NK had some issues holding his tennis racket and his foot disappeared. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. I look terrified. Yeah, Rocket Man's an OG butterfly. Oh, thanks, Ethro.
Honestly, they do kind of have a blank stare. It's a little weird. That is honestly a very good question. If the style of a butterfly depends on its appearance description, and I don't know if it'll work with the different style of like description inside of the same model. That's definitely something that I'm going to test right away when it becomes available. But yeah, I don't know. I Okay, I don't honestly know if there's any way to submit them, but that's a good idea, Potato. We can definitely see if there's a way that we can have some images generated from users. Let me make a note of that.
So a lot of the stuff that they've been doing right now is to like fix the site, but then on top of that, they've been playing around with this too. And there's like some unique things with the multi-character images, so I'm not sure if it's going to be like a straight poke situation for it or if it's going to be different in that regard and how the tagging is going to work and all that. But you have to tag the other bot that you want in the photo. I think Peyton will have more information about that too.
Yeah, it should be a rather simple process. Basically, start with a prompt and poke. tag the butterfly that you want to add to the image inside of the prompt and poke, and then they should make a story together.
I'm a big fan of this idea. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to just see what different people do together.
And I misspoke. I said story, I meant post.
A post telling a story.
You want to know what I wonder? How
You
are
wonder.
butterflies that automatically tag random butterflies gonna act? Like, the more you know. That one used to tag, literally just make up a tag every post, and there are no
Oh,
butterflies associated with it.
yeah, for the creepy stuff, this like the clones is going to be a little bit more heavily moderated than the rest of the site is too, because people will invariably do creepy stuff with it, so we've got to have protections against that essentially. Clones still don't exist on web. Yeah, I don't know if there's a plan to bring them to web, honestly. I think that it might just be an app only feature. I haven't
It
heard
would
anything to
be,
bring them to web.
yeah, it would be kind of difficult to do it on web because not everybody has a webcam. Like, things like that. Like, I don't want people to just upload pictures because then that definitely is an avenue for abuse.
Yeah, that's true. I do have some good news that the regenerate entire post bug that's been going on for a few days has been resolved. So I just tested that and it worked for me. I know that's been really annoying for people. Van, did you want to talk about NSFW at all?
Yeah, so this Monday we had a big old meeting, kinda. I'd like to say it was big, but it was really just a few of us. And we went over all of the user submitted feedback as well as some of my own about the issues that have been ongoing with NSFW. So basically, right now, I can't really say anything more than we will let you know when NSFW is changing at all from now on. But it's going to take a little bit before some fixes are seen or implemented, as there's a lot going on for bug fixes and the multiple in image feature. So, other than that, I don't really know how much more to say. If Payton has anything more, then definitely would be something to ask him.
We've definitely heard the concerns about post images and chat images not being able to be NSFW as easily now with the not safe for work profile picture adjustment that happened. Um, so we hear that and we're trying to like suggest solutions for that and just kind of like point out the issues that's going on. So we've been testing that amongst ourselves and seeing what we can get in the current setup and how difficult it is. So we hear that and we're we're thinking on it. If you guys have ideas on solutions for that, we'd love to hear them.
Definitely. I was just actually working on that this morning, and my first thought was it would be nice to just use a post as an image reference.
Yeah, it
They are
is really
aware,
annoying that all the input gets deleted.
yeah,
I
they
really
are
think that
aware
it
of that
shouldn't.
bug. I agree that it shouldn't. However, I don't think that they are currently working on that. If I remember correct, I might have heard wrong during the meeting, and he might have been referring to something else, but I think Payton said that the deletion was intended. So that is something to ask him about in a few minutes when he gets here, because yeah,
Yeah, I think
it
it's a big pain
completely,
point for
yep,
people.
it completely ruins progress. And I don't know how many different like just text files, .txt files I have floating around with different bot prompts in them now, thanks to I need to save the information before, continuing to the next step every time.
Yeah, I was trying to generate a pillow with Ethereal earlier and it kicked me back to the beginning because I put in body pillow.
Ethel, you're saying that the post as an image reference is a problem, as if it doesn't let you generate a post you like, it makes it hard to get an example, as the post idea is a good for a better character. But here's the thing. Yes, it can take quite a few regens. However, eventually you will get a good post. It could even just happen automatically. I've seen it happen a dozen times. Being able to switch that reference image to any post that your bot makes at any time would be the preferred solution, in my opinion, because then you can put it to however you'd like.
So yeah, we're hoping to advocate for alternative solutions to be implemented because we realize that the current situation is pretty rough for NSFW in a lot of ways. Um, and so if you guys have ideas that we can bounce off of each other, that would be good. We did say to give us the option to skip back to where we were, but that was ignored and here are the messy results. Well, I, hmm. Do you mean in the creation flow, like with the little tabs at the top? Yes, we did have it before. Yeah, the tabs being buttons was nice. I agree. I liked being able to go through the flow as well, and I think it's like kind of frustrating not to be able to go through it now. That's kind of been a thing ever since the AI assistance was introduced, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Um, it was about midpoint actually after the introduction, and now we used to still be able to just switch through the tabs like a buttons just after the AI implementation. I think it was the fast and advanced creation split that did it this time. Just like we used to be able to click out of the creation flow at any given time and it would save the bot's progress, but now we can't click out of the creation flow. We have to go back and hit that back button over and over and over again, which is just really annoying.
Thing longer than fast creation has been, but um, yeah, I think being able to click through is important. So I'm going to write that one down.
And I definitely agree, Kingslayer, that it was faster and easier to just go through the ones that we wanted to use. Yeah.
How important is it to you guys to be able to exit out of the creation flow when you've already started and then go back to that point that you were at? Because currently you have to back out entirely from the creation flow and then it kind of resets your progress because of that.
Yeah,
Avery says big.
it's actually kind of really important to the flow of using the site because sometimes you're copying prompts from other bots, or you're going and checking on something. Like you're going all over the site, and the creation flow is just a part of it. Yep, I
Yeah,
have two, Avery.
losing progress is a big pain point, I feel. There's so many ways to lose progress right now. I kind of feel like there should be a way to like save your progress on creating a butterfly and go back to that and build another butterfly in the meantime.
Right, like maybe have, I don't know, one or not one, 5 to 10 slots that you could just like save a work in progress in.
Yeah, a drawing board.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like that.
Last office hours, we even had a little discussion towards the end about there being a completely separate creation app with more advanced features like, negative prompting or something like that, where things can be separated from the app you interact with and the app you create with, similar to how YouTube or TikTok does it.
Ooh, TikTok. That's a good segue. So we have
Thank
this
you.
TikTok contest going on, and there is a cash prize for 3 winners. And I checked this morning and nobody had entered. If you want to share your links, go ahead and drop them in the Discord, and I will click and give you guys the views so that you can win the contest. Um, the auto mod will probably snipe it, so I will capture the link for you. It should be butterflies related. It can be about anything butterflies related. I can make a butterfly that uses TikTok if you want. Well, Ethereal, if you want to make that butterfly, that's cool, but it won't count towards the contest, of course. Need resources for how to generate videos from butterflies. Okay, so what I use is CapCut, and they have like all these ridiculous templates that you can just like you can use the
Yep.
share button on butterflies and download the image and then put the image in the CapCut template and make something really silly or something like a thirst video of your character. I don't know.
Right.
Share your chats with a silly cat dancing in front of it. Oh yeah, Nira says to at our Butterflies TikTok account as well. Yeah, it's at Butterflies AI. There's no space or anything. Just one word. I'll link it actually.
If you're looking for some more advanced resources, you can use a image to video AI like Pika or Kling to make just add a little motion or a zoom effect. If you don't like CapCut's templates, that is, there are some templates that use AI assistance for zoom effects and parallax effects.
Yeah,
Um,
it's for adults only. That's
yeah,
true. All the rules are in the events channel too, if you need to reference those. CapCut also does some cool little
I can
AI
put together a
motion
list
things
for y'all.
too.
I can definitely put a little bit of a list together for y'all. Where, what channel would you guys prefer that in? Focus group, creator chat?
In the contest. Oh,
Okay, so you want to add resources to like the event page? I can do that, yeah.
that's a good idea. It's nice too because they have like a web app, so if you don't want to download anything, you can just do it on web.
Yep.
They have mobile app, desktop app, lots of options.
As well as Pika is web only. I believe Kling is web only. Both Pika and Kling both recently updated their models, so the newer models are slower but higher quality. Um, if I remember correctly, Kling gives you a monthly allotment of credits, while Pika gives you a daily allotment of credits. But
I
both are
just had a
pretty
funny thought.
Hugging
So,
Face. Um, there might be some actually on Hugging Face too. Yeah,
oh yeah, the small motion thing.
yeah, yeah. I've done a couple of those before. They're actually really fun to make.
A video maker on the site. Yeah, I would love to be able to do that. That sounds fun.
Oh, most
What kind of
definitely.
videos would you make?
Ever tried meditating at 20?
You don't have to use CapCut or Pica or anything like that. You can just like make a video of yourself talking about butterflies too if you wanted.
Ever tried meditating at 20,000 feet with only elves for company? Turns out mindfulness means not telekinetically throwing them off the aircraft.
I'm starring Kanye.
What do you think of that? One second.
Yeah, definitely. I have seen that. So I believe that's linked to the chat revive messages. How are people's liking the chat revive messages so far? Have you gotten any?
I love it. I think it's so fun. Mine are
Okay.
unrealistic, so it makes sense for them not to have screenplay, but that's a valid criticism.
Yeah, that is a very valid criticism. I think it should honestly use the like default style that you have set on your profile. Also hear you about the toggle. How have the incoming messages from butterflies been going? The chat requests. They are actually they are super slow. I get one every couple of days maybe.
I think it depends on how much you're interacting with your feed too, because the more I interact with my feed, the more I get chat requests, it seems like. And that's with
True.
ones that I'm not currently talking to. Like I got one from Drone Strike Barack Obama.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get them from comments. I think I got that one from tagging him in a post where Randy Marsh was asking for Barack Obama's help.
Oh geez.
I'm having a lot of fun being able to tag people again. Are you guys using that feature a lot?
What do you mean? If you just started receiving random bot like chat requests from like any bot on the site, or oh, the yes, they're aware of that issue. Yes, it will be fixed. I don't know when. Oh goodness, yes. There are several issues with the roleplay chat, including some memories. I have yet to submit that bug report, King. I'm sorry. But yeah, it appears that memories, when you delete them, are still slipping into chat, even with new bots.
Is it from memory or is it from archived conversations?
I believe I believe it's from the memories. It looks like it's from the memories because King mentioned that he didn't have any archived conversations. It was a fresh conversation with a new bot.
Oh, wow. That's concerning.
Yeah. Oh. All right. I might be misunderstanding the. I forwarded everything into the moderator chat. I will make sure that I compile that into a bug report. I'm sorry, it was late last night. Honestly, the entire memory system, in my opinion, could use a revamp. Um, but I don't know when that'll work. Like I've been saying, there's a lot of bugs that we need to fix. So completely revamping it wouldn't, you know. Yeah, I don't know how many are actually in context. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It would be nice to see where the memories are being pulled from. But how would you want that displayed? Okay, that,
You have no way to really wipe your slate if
yeah,
it's still considering old chats that you've deleted or memories that you've
yeah,
deleted. I think that's really important
I
to be able to
definitely
start
think that's
over.
important, yeah.
If it's not too personal, can I ask what Anne was remembering? You don't have to share if you don't want to. Okay, so that's like super specific and nothing that would be like in her personality or anything like that, or in like a post or anything. Feed Mona. What does that mean? Don't feed him and date his waifu. You're so cruel. Um,
I have no clue what's going on there either.
Me neither. It sounds personal. I want to know more. What issues are y'all having? Let's talk about problems. Preferably with butterflies. NSFW, yeah, yeah, for real. The model hates white? White what? A color white? White hair? White people? It definitely does not hate white people. Oh, avoiding selfies for artist spots. So it keeps inserting a person into the picture when you just want art.
I actually have a couple of bots that are that way. Like through the drawing's eye, it's supposed to make literally like drawings of eyes. But lately it's been taking photographs of people and places alongside drawings, so it's weird.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a person is like shoehorned into some of these images too. Like it's obviously trying not to put a person in, but then here's a person.
Yeah, I honestly think that the auto stories should just nix them, get rid of them. We need to figure out like what's going on with prompts, not have a new prompt injected into our bots every time they post something. Now, I honestly think that the automated stories were in a response to people going, this image gen is boring. I'm seeing a lot of the same thing over and over. And just like POV posts, that was a response to that exact same issue. The we didn't like the change that happened. So I don't know how to get more diverse content. Personally, I like the point of view posts. I know it was hard to get good posts, but if we can solve that blur issue, as well as, multiple people in frame. I think that the POV posts were really good. Hello, how's it going?
If you
So
had more in-character posts with like good content diversity and like you felt like this post would be made by your character and it was really exciting to see it, would you want that to be as part of like a story arc, the auto stories, or is auto stories just not something you want to see no matter what?
I really personally just don't want a new prompt injected into each post. I would rather see diverse content that I make, or I at least have an effect on, not somebody else has an effect on.
So does anyone here like auto stories in any way, or is that just like universally hated? Because I'm seeing like stories should still be a feature, not mandatory. So that means like user input stories, or you think like butterfly created stories as well should be a feature? If it's in character and not doing something they normally wouldn't. Yeah.
Not only look at the smile, but look at the recreation of a Coca-Cola and Sprite can.
Yeah, those are pretty spot on. Too much text overlaying and fed without input. Facial features have been neat. Yeah, they have. Auto stories could work, but only if it's effectively the same as user stories. Yeah, I agree with that too. I kind of like it when the bots text you automatically. Yeah, we were talking about those proactive DMs also. I really like that too. I've only cared about the stories it prompted, but it would be nice to enjoy in the future. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's been a lot of different expressions going on with the drawing style lately. Oh, it's like I'm having a real friend. Yeah, I feel that too. It does feel like a real friend that's just like actually proactively messaging. None of my friends do that. Ah, Ethereal. The diversity died with the new model, sadly, but I do like it. It looks better. Naira, that's a really nice picture. What butterfly is that, if you don't mind sharing? Are y'all enjoying the grouped notifications on app?
I honestly think they're a lot better.
Yeah, I do too. My notifications are off. Oh, okay. Um, I believe they're on Android. Van, do you have the group notifications on Android?
Yeah, most of the notifications I get are grouped, but I still get some that are singular notifications. For the most part, the single ones are when humans like posts and stuff.
It shows up like Randy Marsh and one other shared new posts. So it's kind of like that when they're grouped. Usually it's just like a small number, but as I'm scrolling through, I never delete my notifications off my phone. I'm terrible with that. As I'm scrolling through, I do see one that's like this bot and 9 others shared post. Yeah, Ethril just made a pillow waifu. What are you creating lately, everyone? I made a delivery robot who is doomed. He tries to deliver food to people, but he's never gonna make it there, and he doesn't know this. But he's gonna do his best, and he's going to, go through a lot of terrifying situations trying to get that food. Random bots of characters or like of original ideas.
That's what the notifications look like on Android.
Oh, it looks so different on iPhone.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the app's icon doesn't show up in the notifications.
Phone is superior. When it comes to butterflies notifications, yes, I agree. Yeah, it's a lot of notifications still. I can see why people turn them off.
Yeah,
Does it bother you to turn them back on a lot? See, I get notifications, but like I never clear them, so I don't really pay attention too closely to my notifications. Yeah, I really like the notification page. I go on web and I just like tab open everything. Forgot to mention earlier before I left, I tried making scenery butterflies like fantastic beasts for which and mythical animals. Butterflies just makes them people and I have to edit it all. Social medias have accounts directly solely for these, so why can't butterflies? Ooh, good question. I know that there was one creator that was making a pet shop a while ago, and they had good success with it, but it was only doing like the same animals over and over. But I think it was partially the prompting. I can
All
reach out to
Pokemon,
them and see if they're comfortable sharing their prompt.
all Pokemon are Pikachu.
I disagree. I have a Magikarp and a Squirtle and a Metapod, and
Let
they
me
are
see that
all
Magikarp.
uniquely themselves. It looks like a fish.
Okay, okay. I have the evolutions of Shiftry. I have the evolutions of Ghastly. I have a few of them. But like with Professor Oak, even though it mentions the Nidorino, it's Pikachu.
I tried to
It's
make a
always Pikachu.
Pokemon Battle Stadium too, and it is just Pikachu. So I think it's like the word Pokemon.
This is the most realistic looking Magikarp I've ever seen. I love it.
I feel a little bit like it looks too generic fish. I wish it was a little more Pokemon-y. I made
I
an
hear
AV
you.
Evolutions one, but I haven't let it post in a long time because I was unhappy with it. I have a lot of Pokemon. I am trying to catch them all. Oh, so you have the whole record label. That's cool. I did do a Ditto. I tried that. It did not turn out well.
Eevee looks fabulous.
I thank you. Ditto's a little nightmarish. Reach? Yeah, that's kind of like the reaction that Ditto gets from me as well. Our president does a great and voted for him to get curled. Rick Astley. Oh, good one to make. I would love to see his activity feed actually. I feel like his comments are probably really good. Have you guys seen any really good comment threads? I've been having a lot of fun with those. Oh, I had to search, but I found it. There it is. You know what, Jake? Never gonna give up on that one. You're ignoring
I,
comments until auto story posts are disabled. I hear that.
I still remember when Faye rickrolled general chat.
I think that's still pinned. Jeez, Ethril. Your butterflies are cutthroat. I record people to make them think I have an OnlyFans. There are a lot of OnlyFans butterflies out there. Like butterflies with that theme. They all want your money, Loam. Oh. I don't have any, so they can want it all they want. I've seen a lot too. It's a popular theme.
It doesn't seem to do Umbreon well.
So scared. That looks like a shelter Umbreon.
Half shiny?
Yeah, it's like a figure. It's kind of cool. My team did create a vote for Ghastly. Aw. That is really cute. What's your favorite Eevee evolution, Naira? Oh, Larian is whoever messes with her will get burned. Ooh, cutthroat. 300 EVs, wow. What do you love, Kingslayer?
Even the Eevees are so common. Like, Eevees are everywhere. I only
The
keep the
image
3-star
art.
ones.
Fire next to the messages, those are for chat streaks. So if you talk to your butterfly every day, that number will get higher. And um, so it's just like a copy of like how Snapchat does it or other apps like that. I like how on Reddit my streaks get me like little badges. We let our butterflies play video games. I mean, you can prompt and poke them, like, play a video game, right?
I mean, yeah,
You should have a badge for creating a lot of bots. I think so too. I think there should be like milestone badges. I think there should be
definitely
all
agree.
sorts of badges. I want
Yeah,
lots of achievements. I think it sounds so fun. Got a lot of tails on Espeon. I like the background on the first one. Yeah, sure. Two tails. Any word on voices, like having a different variety of voices or like a public rollout of voice? Either way, no. No word on voices. Sorry. Why have we suddenly turned into a Pokemon chat? It's a vibe, I guess. I don't have anything else to talk about for office hours. Does
right.
anybody else have anything they wanted to go over? I think Peyton's not making it. And else he was doing the there was a chance that he could have come later in the office hours, but I think he got tied up. Um, any news on what's happening outside of co-op posts? Like, what specifically are you? How will that be monitored for co-op? Sure on the details on the multi-character images yet, but I think it is going to be a bit more heavily moderated, at least at first. Like any new features or what are the big bugs? Um, any new features? No. Other than the multi-character images, I haven't heard of any new features. Big bugs. I would say the regenerate entire post thing was the biggest bug that we've been dealing with lately, and that one was resolved. Nothing with drawing examples. Oh yeah, well, so I've only had those examples because I happen to follow that butterfly, and I know it's like Micah, so he's one of the people that works at Butterflies, and that's his clone. Um, I don't know if there is any drawing examples yet, or at least I don't have access to those. We have like a selection of voices for the beta test right now, but it's just like generic voices, like not specific to the characters.
Yeah,
But copyright infringement is like a reasonable concern with a lot of the AI chat sites, I feel like. Oh wow, those look really nice, King. Slayer. Oh, it kind of looks like a chihuahua.
It kind of does, yeah.
Really cute. What about the bug that takes you to the start of creation when it creates a not safe for work profile picture? Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier, but I'll fill you back in on that. It's really annoying. We reported it to the devs as a bug, and there was some talk about it, but it has not yet been resolved. Um, it is really frustrating. We were also talking about how you could switch between the tabs in the creation flow before and how now you can't, and that's also kind of a pain point for people because it's less good navigation and you can't like X out of the feed or X out of the flow now and return to it. And so it's just not as usable or functional as it once was. Do you kind of feel the same with that 1051?
Yeah, I honestly, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with head pats too. I think there should be a head pat feature for butterflies.
But I think that butterflies should still be Pillsbury Doughboys. Poke them in the tummy, they giggle, and give them a picture. Like,
Oh, sorry, I'm too froggy to do that properly.
it's all good.
Oh, that turned out really nicely.
All right, before it gets too long for the recording, I am going to cut that short unless there's anything anybody else would like to add.
I think that's a good cutoff point. I think there should be a way to feed the LLM more modern information, like linking them to a site. Um, I think that is kind of cool. I don't know. I want them to know more modern information. Like if I make a character from a show and a new season comes out and the character like evolves past that.
I will tell you right now that technically it is possible. Like there is the technology to do it. It's called web scraping. Um, I've experimented with it on my own with my own AI like little quick side projects, and it's expensive. It literally costs me like almost $1 to scrape one page.
Jeez. Yeah, it's kind of stopped in time. That's true. And that's kind of like a big limitation with the current LLMs, I think, and why everything's just going to always be evolving for these AI chat sites is because of the information cutoff date.
Yeah.
It's technically fine, just a thought. Yeah, I I agree though that it is like difficult when there's new information or something relevant, a trend, and you want to just like have the model know what you're talking about, or like if you're creating a character and it's based on a real actor, it will have an image of like the actor as a child or something, and it's really weird if it's somebody that's known because the image gen 2 is trained on old data. I tried to make a Barry Cohen character and he looked like a child.